Hey guys, it's Dave. All right. Like I said last week, my focus list is getting long. So what I did this week and what I'm probably going to continue to do until things even out is create a note like a this week. I'm entering either at the beginning of this week, or this is a setup that I'm looking to enter very shortly. Basically, I'm in trade ideas per usual. I'm in my focus list setup. Down here, I got my focus list this week and my current trades that I'm in: Tesla, on Kava, and Mankind. And then I got my longer term holds as well. Either way, I have this. I'm going to go through this organized by trade ideas score, which takes into account the fundamentals and then also the technical trading setup that is there. So, with further ado, here we go. This is stock window up here. So, if you want to know what the stock is, I don't know, basically just this information on the stock, look up there. Trade Ideas also has a wonderful, this awesome information in the chart as well. It also has picture-in-picture charts too. So, if you're looking at a shorter time frame, such as a 30-minute, you can just easily see where the daily is at and what that's doing simply. So these are kind of the tools that I use as I go through this. All right, number one, Shark Ninja. You can see that it broke out of this kind of consolidation area here on 8:30 and just been grinding up. I've been waiting for a pullback to the 10 EMA. And so as you can see, it respected here. So it broke out, time corrected to the 10 EMA, and now it's price correcting to the 10 EMA. So today could have been a potential entry, if it pulls back tomorrow morning or whatever the market wants to do, don't really care either way. But if it wants to get close to this bottoming tail down here, I might purchase around, let's just say 104, 105, and then set a stop loss below today's bottoming tail. Next, I found this one today, Clearwater CWAN. This is a nice breakout and retest play. Nice kind of base here over the last couple of months. Last month or so, month and a half, broke out, and now it's kind of accepting up there. If we start getting to push away like today's green candle on volume for a little bit of more confirmation, I'd be looking towards that. PLTR, I missed today. Today would have been an ideal entry. Actually, Friday would have been at that 10 EMA tag and then kind of close right back into that consolidation 36-ish area. But I will be looking for an entry into here. Visa. If you zoom out a little bit, you can see we have a nice downtrend line break. It broke this 282 level, came back to retest it on Thursday and Friday, and now it's pushing away on this Monday. And so that's kind of look I like, to push away the breakout and retest, and it starts pushing away. FSLR, I did buy this last week. My longer term holds, I am now interested in a shorter term swing. You can see double bottoming here, close. It's just basically failing to go lower. It's now over the 50 SMA. The shorter term are curling back up. I have a price alert at the high of last week, because if you look at this weekly chart, it looks pretty darn good, like it's wanting to start curling back up. So I'm basically looking for a retest of that 307-ish area over the next, week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe. We'll see. TKO, another breakout, comeback, retest close to the 10 EMA. Tesla, I did enter this on Friday. I entered at 240. I got a nice day one on it. MasterCard breaking out of this level here. If we zoom out a little bit, right, here we go. Those are the highs, broke out, come back and retest, and now it's starting to push away from those highs. And so I am interested in a breakout and retest setup. Vizio, over the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's just been in this 1120-ish range to 1110-ish range, just getting tight and kind of getting compressed there. So it's at super high, close to 28% short float, 8.5 days to cover. Looking for a move on this. HRB is one of my favorites. Gap up on earnings. Nice little another tool of trade ideas is the VWAP, anchored VWAP. It closed over the anchor VWAP from that earnings gap up on high volume too. It did that in the past a couple of times, and it just got smacked back down. But it continues to respect the 20 EMA, and it's setting higher highs. And so I'm looking for a break of this 64-ish level. So I'm just going to put a price alert there and watch that. Next, we have CRMD. That's kind of, I'm looking for a price break. I, said something down here on 816. I missed the entry and I just continue to miss it, but I just continue to watch it because it's actually just kind of fun. eBay at this point in time, the entry point was really around the 60 level on 910. Just continue to rip. I've been looking for a potential entry point, and I think this is a good potential entry point at this 10 EMA. Stop loss just below, maybe $62 even. Nice little push today. So looking for a continuation up that way. RTX, nothing crazy short float wise or days of cover wise, is just a nice little downtrend line break. Failure to move lower on Friday on volume, and it's near those support levels. So we got a nice green day, close to 2% move. And it looks like it might want to push higher. WSI looking for this, it's just been in a range of 1220 to 13-ish, somewhere around there. And now it's consolidating, kind of doing like a shorter term ascending triangle type look near those highs, just kind of building pressure over here over the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So just looking for that pressure to kind of break, ideally to the upside with a 5.5% short float. SATS looking for a break of these highs. It's just kind of time correcting. It might time correct for a little bit longer if it's waiting for that 10 EMA to come up. But you see this big volume day green push, grinds up not really grinds, it just freaking explodes off the 5 EMA or SMA there. HASI, zooming out, you can see it's kind of a range break and retest. So it's retesting this 34 level right at the 10 EMA. So real quick potential entry, possibly tomorrow. If it wants to come back, maybe test some value around this area. Stop loss just below Friday's low would be a good risk reward in my opinion. VTR, I alerted this on 816, just grinds up the 10 EMA. I missed it all. Now it's pulling back and providing an entry support at the 20 EMA. You can see in the past, look, it just grinds up the 10. And here on 626, it pulled back to the 20 EMA. It happened here again on 529. So every time this is pulled back to the 20 EMA, it has respected it and continued its way up. So VTR is one of my favorites. Next, DKS. I like the, overall, it's just in a big old chop consolidation zone. However, I do like the shorter term look of this of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Today was day 7, and it undercut all the lows the past 6 days and closed near its highs. So that tells me there's running out of supply. If this is a gap down here, maybe it wants to start moving to this 221 and then possibly fill the gap. I might be biting my tongue, who knows, but has an interesting look. ZM, one of my favorites here. Zoom. Nice large volume, large price motion, movement followed by 3 days up, and then just sold off for like, I don't know, was that a week and a half or so? Chop sideways, kind of double bottomed here at 66, call it. Broke this 68.50 level, and now price is continuing up. So 20 EMA pullback, setting higher lows, then just made a higher high. Especially if you zoom on a 30-minute time frame, you can see that easier there. So Zoom is also one of my favorites. NVEX, this is getting tight, large volume, large price movement on 913. Just kind of started slowly selling off for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make it 6 days, and now it's kind of leaving a potential curling bottom here. So this could be a potential good entry with a stop loss of 12.25. Bet against those lows and this price push up and these higher lows setting up and a higher high. Maybe it breaks higher. So kind of watching that. Sono, not my favorite look. However, it is technically a double bottom as it broke this resistance high here, and it's kind of retesting it. It's not my favorite because the 50 SMA is still coming down. The 200 SMA is starting to slope down. So I wouldn't hold this for very long. I think it needs more time to kind of chop, but it's an interesting look nonetheless. BMY is another one of my favorites. You can see big, large gap up, sold off. It did maybe it just missed the full gap fill. Either way, it's just setting higher lows here. And so it's compressing in this over the 200 SMA. The 50 SMA is pointing up. Shorter term EMAs are pointing up. I like the long on that look. Lift, decent look here. It's now over the 50 SMA. Maybe next resistance would be 1450 at the 200 SMA. Shorter term are all trending upwards here. So that's interesting to me at a 13% short float. And then last one, APLD applied. You can see it's broke this consolidation of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9, 10-ish days. 17% short float. It looks like it wants to start. It just basically flagged here, right? And now it looks like we might be getting some volume to get the next level push. Hopefully this helps you. I'm by no means, a professional trader at this, but this is my journey of how I'm trying to do things and finding my way. That's why I want to do this, is because I want to. You guys need to know that there's a lot of crap out there in the trading world of how he just has make this much money, they make that much money, options. I made $800 a day. It's all hocus pocus BS, just so you can buy something. So if you want to be a real trader, this is what it takes. You have to put in the work. You have to learn. You have to really dig into yourself emotionally to understand. So hopefully, just going over the charts, you guys can see what I'm looking at. But it's also important to know that it takes the emotional work and grind to understand yourself and just kind of develop yourself overall. So anyways, hopefully all that helps. If you guys enjoy these, please just continue to share, all that good stuff. I appreciate your time. Have a good one. Good luck this week.